She rode up on it. Return to sender.
G'day, welcome to episode 280 of Trent365. Today is Friday the 7th of September. Here in Sunya, I had my presentation today at the Spa China Summit here, and I spoke about the numbers of the spa business in general, the ones that I think matter. And I introduced what I think is a fairly new concept. I haven't heard anyone speaking about it before, which is this idea of a KPI or a metric that measures a return on wellness. Because I think as we start moving towards wellness in more of our spas, the owners of our businesses are more concerned about the extra cost it's going to take to deliver that wellness. So I think the sooner we can start calculating a return on wellness and present that to our owners and investors, then it's going to be easier for us to get what we need to deliver those wellness solutions. And I think there's three basic levels we need to look at considering when we look at that metric. I think on a property level, at the spa level, it's the additional cost that you incur to deliver wellness, whether it might be the salary of a specialist practitioner or the additional equipment you might need, relative to the increase in profit. Not the total profit, but the increase. Because if you did nothing at all, you would have, say, 15% profit. Now, once you've introduced wellness, you get your spa to a level of, say, 20% profitability. Then the relative number there is only the 5% increment, because that's what you've gained that you didn't have before, and that's what relates back to the extra cost you've had to spend. I think on a personal level, on a people level, it's still reasonably easy to measure, I guess, because we can measure things like a decrease in staff turnover maybe, but increase in productivity is a little bit harder to measure, which all relates to being more well, and that's the benefit of wellness on a human side. But we're not all making widgets in factories anymore. If we were, it would be much easier to measure an increase in productivity, but some of those issues start to become a little bit intangible, a little bit personal. And then I guess the third level of that is to measure the return on wellness at a planet level. And that, of course, that's going to take a bit of time, because we're talking about things like improved air pollution and global warming and these kind of issues that will hopefully not become as bigger issues once we start living a more well life and acting in a more well manner. But again, it takes time for those things to really kick off and actually start to impact in a noticeable way. So I think there's a few things that we consider when we look at calculating return on wellness. I think initially the simplest way to look at it would just be the increased costs, whatever they are, of you delivering wellness relative to the delta in profit, the change in profit, the increase, not the actual total profit, but the increase. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think about this idea of a return on wellness. And if you've got any good ideas of how to calculate a return on wellness, then put your hand up, because I think people are going to want to hear it. Alrighty, that's it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.
So then I dropped it in the mailbox as in a special